In this video, I will show you how I turned my messy, dysfunctional, and dull office into a lovely, cozy, and inspiring art studio. If you've been dreaming of setting up your own art studio or home office, but you're stuck scrolling through Pinterest posts, well, it's time to get started because you know you can make it happen. Now look, I went from staring at the blank wall and having no ideas whatsoever to somehow manage to make this design. This video is about showing you that somehow. Hola, my name is Aremi and today I'm gonna share with you a 5-steps guide so that you can finally start improving your space. I am sure that these 5 steps are gonna help you even if you have a big studio or you're just painting in the corner of your dinner table. Before I guide you through the steps, it's important to understand the initial state of my office and why I gave its improvement such a high priority. When my husband and I first moved into this home, we had to spend our money elsewhere, so improving this office was way below into the priority list. So I reused a fabric dresser that we no longer needed, and I got myself a small desk. For months, I placed my books, art supplies, and even paintings in progress in the floor because my dresser was also full. So coming into a chaotic room triggered my Cinderella mode on. Since nothing had an assigned place, it remained cluttered, and clutter causes mental overload. Turns out there's research on how our homes impact us. According to Dr. Lindsey Graham, how our homes are organized can even serve as a form of emotional regulation. Now we know this, it makes sense to organize our spaces. A darle. Step 1. List your wants. Hold on, before you start looking through references and even watch an episode of the Dream Home Makeover on Netflix, I need you to write down what you want for this room. List everything, all those desires, even those that feel utterly impossible. So, for example, first item on my list was to get organization. And how does it look? I don't care. Right now what I want is to list that down. Organization. I listed all the following: organization, accent wall, hammock, drafting table, drawers, desk, easel, blah, blah, blah. Although it doesn't seem like it, this is an important step. Having this set up in paper definitely takes down the mental load. Step 2. I want you to take a second look at that list of all the desires that you have for this room and figure out which are the needs and which ones you will keep so that you create a space that you love instead of a Instagrammable space that is not even functional for you. What this selection process is about is figuring out how this abstract concept can be turned into physical concepts. So organization, what could help me organize something? How about having a storage furniture? Well, that makes sense. And that's it. I want you to write down a physical item that represents this want. Do this process for all the items you listed. By doing this thing through, I realized that having a hammock is an absurd one for me. I enjoy relaxing outside of my working space, so I don't need it here. Also, this process helped me reaffirm that I really wanted an accent wall for this space. Step 3. Time to dream big. You just listed the non-negotiable items to include in your space. Now, finally, you can go ahead and look through your Instagram saves, favorite designers and favorite furniture stores, whatever helps you find a solution for these items you've listed. This is how dreaming looked for me. My first priority was storage furniture. While I was looking through several stores, I realized that something that applies to me is the phrase out of sight, out of mind. If I don't see something, I forget I have it and I end up not using it as often. So the fabric dresser that I had wasn't functional, and while scrolling, I didn't really like anything. And since I'm an artist, this is where I began sketching. You know, beginning with the biggest item usually gives you more clarity. Shifting through references, I realized that I really enjoy the wall-to-wall built-in shelves. These are amazing. However, I really enjoyed having the storage part underneath and bookcases on the sides, leaving some space in the middle. My first thought was to make a mural in the middle, but I wanted functionality. After going through other references, I realized I wanted to make a pegboard so that I could put some things that I could easily grab on. If you found this process overwhelming, take a breath. And remember, you don't need to draw this. Do a mood board and keep in mind the non-negotiables list. That dreamy version of your office seems great. Show it to someone else so that you can hear out their ideas, allow yourself to be challenged, and make improvements based on their opinions if you want. I showed the dream sketch to my husband and he made some suggestions that really pushed me towards making the final design. So I really suggest you do that. Time to stop daydreaming. Step 4 is back to reality. This step is about scaling it down. Evaluate what you can afford and want to do. My storage solution is a built-in. I can't afford to hire someone now. I have some tools, but I still lack the experience to feel comfortable into doing it. Plus, I don't have the time right now. So I can do it myself yet. I will do it eventually. But I needed to progress. So what I did was, IKEA is a lifesaver. I got some storage cube shelves. I also reused some IKEA drawers that I already had. I bought another set of cubes in Marketplace, and I reused a bookcase that I had in another area of my house. And then the pegboard. I was looking at so many options. Finally, on YouTube, I found a great tutorial by Home with Stephanie on building a giant pegboard. Before continuing, ask yourself if you can afford to hire an interior designer. If you can, this is a great step to contact them in because you know what you want and their expertise is only gonna make it even better. Obviously, the next step is to do it. So, step 5 is make it happen. I have a whole video about starting anything. Yes, anything. So I'm gonna leave that in comments for you to check out. I already told you that reusing and buying from IKEA and Marketplace helped me begin my office. Start there if you are on a tight budget. Building the pegboard was the most complex thing in my design. If you already know how to use power tools, well, of course this is laughable for you. I mean, I'm not gonna say that my husband helped me when he basically did most of it. I mean, he did the 77 holes that you see in this pegboard and they are really straight. So kudos to him, he's amazing. My husband even went ahead and made these shelves that were more secure than just having the pegs and a board over. They are great to display some items and I just really love the cozy view they give to the layout. The accent wall is basically 95% of my design. That's why I am highlighting this section. And I mean, the desk and easel fit anywhere. If you want to know more about the struggles that we face while doing this pegboard, the issues that delayed us, or anything else, let me know in comments and I'll make a video about it. Today, you learned my method to create an art studio or office that fulfills you. I know these 5 steps will guide you from wishing to making that office a reality. You've also learned that I don't have the dream studio and I won't have it anytime soon. But you can see that I am really happy to have made this a reality. Yes, it's not my dream design at 100%. However, it is 100 times better than having everything on the floor and everything being cluttered. The storage cubes make it easy to grab my paints. They also provide a surface for me to leave paintings to dry. It's beautiful, it's functional, and I just love it. Even with a bunch of compromises, I managed to achieve an art studio that has enough storage to provide me with the organization I need and is visually appealing. If you don't have any studio space, then don't worry, continue painting on that corner, just bring some organization into it. Bring whatever you need to facilitate your painting. And this stage of my studio is precisely that, a stage, until I can do more. I really hope this video helps you. And if it does, please let me know in comments. See you in the next video.